So I was just looking through a team before we started this stream off, and there's a few things that I noticed looking through some of these players. First of all, our sort of young left winger, Diafra Tior, or Tior? Is that what we're going to say it? Tior, I think we're going to say it like that. He's actually a lot better than I thought he was. I know he's in the under-18s, or has been in the under-18s for quite some time. He's never made a senior appearance for us, never been out on loan either. But last stream we noticed he'd made his debut for Senegal internationally, which I thought was pretty impressive. So, I was thinking, how good is he compared to the rest of the team? So if we compare Diafra with Federico Ardezzone, who is our best left winger, Ardezzone obviously much better in terms of speed, but there's not a whole lot in it otherwise. Not a whole lot in it otherwise at all, and Diafra is 2 years younger as well. Not quite as physical, obviously, but we don't care about defensive work for an attacking player either. He's already better attacking-wise going forwards, apparently. And he's almost as good technically and in the air and things like that. So he's actually really solid compared to Federico. So I think we need to play him more, especially when we compare him to Annan as well. Annan's a little bit better in the air, a little bit faster. But again, he's not actually that far off, and there's a 6-year age gap between these two players. So I think Diafra, we need to get him playing a little bit more this season. He looks pretty decent to me. So that was just my observation. I was just looking through a team before the stream and thinking, this is what we need to be doing. So thought I'd update you with that one. So to recap then, we had an amazing start to Season 6. We are currently unbeaten. We had one draw against Nice. That's frustrating. That's when our new striker, Damien Perez, got sent off 30 minutes in. So we were behind in terms of number of players for quite some time there. We did really well to rescue that and get a draw. But every other game so far has been a win. We've done very well. We finished off with a 5-1 win last week against Lyon, which was really impressive. Lyon, a pretty decent side. Obviously, we are yet to come up against PSG. That's a difficult one for us. And I think Marseille are doing okay so far this season. Yeah, they're third in the table. They're coming up very shortly. And of course, we now have some very difficult Champions League games coming up against Barcelona and Newcastle. So we may end up losing this unbeaten run to start things off. But I'm feeling pretty confident about it. That means we are top of the table as things stand. 5 points clear of PSG, 7 points clear of Marseille in third, and 9 points clear of Nice in fourth place. Below that, Lyon, Lens, Reims, Clermont. Doesn't matter. We don't care about them right now. All we're looking for is that top of the table. Lambordet with 5 assists, by the way. Bucio with 4, and Matias Santiago, the youngster, with 4 as well. For a very good output of assists there. None of our players are the top goal scorers right now, though. Why is that? Vitic is our top scorer by defender with 6. Then it's Yannick Ortega, the young centre mid, who just seems to be popping up and getting a goal contribution every game, pretty much. Every game he starts, he pretty much gets a goal contribution there. And Koba's doing pretty well for goals. Our strikers are not. Damien Perez is on 2. And Marcos Leonardo is on 5, actually, to be fair. So we need to get them scoring a few more goals, don't we? But there we go. I think what we need to do is play the first team here against Barcelona. We want to keep this unbeaten run going, don't we? So what we need to do is play the first team and make sure we keep the good time going. Now, Barcelona are playing a very narrow formation here. They've got like an attacking 4 essentially, so that could be quite dangerous as Pedri brings the ball forward. Siler gets the interception and gives the ball straight back to Pedri. Wins his next challenge, but it goes straight through to De Jong. And now Ansu Fati's got a chance to swing one into the middle. Yeah, not the best, hey? Not the best. There's still plenty of time for us to get back in front in this game. We are at home, so we know we are the better side. I say better side. We're at home, so we're the better side. No, we're at home, so we have the home advantage, which should help us become the better side in this game. As Lamine Yamal is agonisingly close there to doubling Barca's lead there 5 minutes into this game. Yeah, see, we've got this front 4 look of Fati, Yamal, Pedri, and Darvic. I presume he's a regen. I don't think I've heard of a Darvic before, so I guess he must be a regen in this. And obviously pretty good to be in Barca's starting lineup in the Champions League as well. What we need to do here is get an equaliser ASAP. The longer it stays at 1-0, the more confidence Barcelona players are going to get. As Silas shot is blocked, it falls to Santiago, the new young right-back, who is very, very good. Finds Radanovic on this near side, who puts a cross into Lambordet. Can't win it in the air. Santiago is going to have another chance, though, to give it to Lambordet, who finds the back of the net for his 5th goal of the season. Wonderful stuff there from Matisse, the young Frenchman. And that's exactly what we needed here. A pretty quick response. It took about 15 minutes or so, but it was a quick enough response for us to feel like we're in control in this game. Santiago getting right down to the byline, past his man and finds an open Lamborghini who just first time smacks that into the roof of the net. Not bad going. Ardazzone on a 6.5. Well, I am thinking maybe that's a chance to bring on the youngster in Diafra. See what the youngster can do. I mean, it seems a bit harsh giving him his debut in the Champions League, but I've just realised like this kid actually could be quite good. He's 18 years old and almost as good as Ardazzone. It's just the speed where he's lacking, really. As Ardazzone puts the ball into the middle, and Martin Wittig is there to get his 7th of the season. The centre-back is our top scorer so far this season, incredibly. And 25 minutes in, we've turned this game around. And we are in control. Wittig rising high, just nodding his header past to Stegen there. Barca not having a man on the near post killed them in that instance there, I think. And Santiago, Wittig and Lamborghini on some pretty decent ratings. It's the other side of the pitch we need to be a little bit more concerned about. And Perez on a 6.6, the striker, the pivotal focal point of our attack, who is not having a great season so far since joining in summer, is struggling a little bit as Darvic puts his free kick high and wide. Although not a million miles away, did skim the roof of the net. Let's get through to half-time then. We are in front in terms of shots and things like that, which is nice to see. Slightly down on possession, but that's not too bad. We don't really care too much. We're not playing extreme possession-based football, and we are playing Barcelona, who of course are known for that kind of tiki-taka possession style. As Lamborghini shot there, saved by ter Stegen, pushing that one over the bar. Ardazzone's corner then. Can Wittig get himself a second in this game and his 8th of the season? He goes for it, hits the crossbar. Oh, and that was agonisingly close to making it 3-1 and pushing us beyond the reach of, I nearly said PSG, I mean Barcelona. They're all the enemy, aren't they? They're all the enemy. Doesn't matter who they are. PSG, Barcelona, all the enemy. We here are approaching, I mean our striker right now, Perez, not particularly in form. 6.6 rating in that first half. I think early in the second we take him and Ardazzone off for Diafra Tour on the left-hand side and Marcos Leonardo up front. We need someone to score the third goal because I feel like PSG are knocking on the door. They are scoring a second goal in this game. There's no way we're keeping them to one goal. They are scoring a second, so we need to get a third to make sure we come away with 3 points here today in the Champions League. We are currently top of the Champions League table alongside Copenhagen, actually. That's pretty cool to see. Dressing room. Thrash the arms. Do I go aggressive here? No, I'm going to go pump fists. Show everyone the recent praise is justified. Let's go for that one. So top of the table alongside Copenhagen, having a good start to the Champions League, aren't they? That's impressive. Who are they beating right now? Sparta Prague. Okay. Right. Okay. I was going to leave it another 5 minutes for the next change. But it might have to be now as Ansu Fati scores. Now, was it offside? Apparently not. No one's appealing for it, and the flag stayed down. I think it's time to bring him and Ardazzone off. So Perez off comes for Marcos Leonardo. Diafra Tour is going to come. Does this feel a bit harsh bringing Diafra on for his debut in the Champions League where we need a goal against Barcelona? He's nervous as well. I don't think Look, Etienne. We'll give Tior his debut in the next game when he's not quite so nervous, but this is very important right now. I'm more inclined just not to lose the game, if I'm honest with you. On the grounds that I did title this stream, we are unbeaten, because going into the stream, we are unbeaten this season. I think we've played 11 competitive games, and we are unbeaten in those. So as long as we just don't lose to Barcelona in the first match of the stream, that would be quite handy. Yeah, don't clickbait us now. I'm trying. I mean, it's not clickbait because it is true. It is true. I think people always get a bit confused with what clickbait means sometimes. Like, it is true. Until it's not true, and then, come on, Lamborghini! He's making sure there's no clickbait in the title. You love to see it. Who got the assist on that one? Was it Cobra, I think, or Radanovic? One of the two. They're both highlighted names. Radanovic with a throw. And Nan gives it back to him. Cobra then puts the cross into the middle. Headed in by Lamborghini. Anan's free kick. Now, Anan is very good at free kicks. Oh. And he almost scores there, hits the crossbar, and it bounces clear. Cobra can't quite control it. And that's a real shame. But we are still in front in this game. We are still controlling things as it stands right now. Do I want to make just a couple more changes with 15 minutes or so to go? Yannick Ortega, not having the best of games. Let's bring on Emil Hargens. He needs a bit of game time. Tarek Buchmann's going to come off for Mika Marmol. And let's also get Seiler off for Pinto. Let's do that, shall we? Rest us on a 6.5. He will cost us another goal. I refuse to believe it. I believe in Restes. Not quite as much as I did Etienne Green, but Etienne Green's got the perfect name for this team, hasn't he? So maybe I should be playing Etienne Green more, but Restes he's not lost a game so far this season. He's not lost a game since being a St Etienne player, which is quite an impressive statement, right? So I feel like I'm going to trust him. As it stands right now, though, we are looking good. 5 minutes to go. Substitutes seem to be quite happy. They've got some smiley faces on their little facey things here. Apart from Pinto, he's a bit upset actually. Looked nervous coming on, and now he's composed. Okay, and now I've got a few minutes here of added time. 91st minute, 92nd minute. Lamine Yamal. Oh my word. Assam Ouedraogo scores the goal there to make it 3-3 in the 90th minute. Now, I hate to say it, Rune, but you may have been correct. I think you kind of let it through his hands, if I'm honest with you. Look, it's okay. We haven't lost the match. We are still unbeaten. Still unbeaten. £1 million as well, nearly. Not to be sniffed at all. Right, Lorient in the next game. They're 17th in the table. Should be a relatively routine victory for us, that one. Saying that, they're on the relegation zone, so maybe not. I don't think we play Copenhagen in the Champions League this season, unfortunately. Not at least in the league phase. You know, maybe in the final we might get there, potentially. Newcastle, Bodo Glimt, Galatasaray, Real Madrid and Feyenoord. In this case, we're playing Lorient near the bottom of the table. Let's start Diafra here. Let's start him. Let's give him his debut, the youngster, the 18-year-old on the left wing. Let's see what he can do out there. We'll get Marcus Leonardo on the bench as well as... actually, I want to get Radikovic on the bench as well. Radikovic and Radanovic, that's going to be confusing, isn't it? Any other changes to starting lineup? Everyone's on medium match workload. Maybe I should have a couple of changes in there, like Mika Marmol starts with Buchmann. Maybe give Pinto a start ahead of Seiler. And we need Damien Perez to start scoring goals, but it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. Have you won the league already with St Etienne? No, we've not won the league yet. But as we head into this game against Lorient, we are top of the table as things stand. These guys are down in 17th place, so on paper should be a routine win for us. But I don't know. Things are always difficult against teams in the relegation zone. They turn into prime Barcelona or Brazil, don't they? Plus 25 goal difference, by the way. As PSG have taken a lead there against Clermont. So they go 3 points behind us temporarily. If we score again, we will be, or say score for the first time, I should say, in this game, we will go 5 points clear of them again. And Martin Wittek is just a monster from these near-post corners at the moment. 8th of the season so far for him. He's our top scorer by far. Our strikers cannot get near him. And Martin Wittek, his valuation is going to be skyrocketing. And if we can sell him, we bought him for a good, 12, 15 million, I think. I think it was 12.5. If we can sell him for 2 times, 3 times that would be amazing, won't it? That would be amazing. Lorient coming forward, though. And this is the issue. At 1 goal ahead, you can never quite count out the opposition as Tete escaped a couple of our players there. And almost gets the assist. That was unfortunate for them. Lucky for us. And Lamborday on the counter. Oh, if we can score on the counter, this would be a real gut-wrencher for them, wouldn't it? Oh, okay, nothing's going to happen, apparently. I was so close to doing a Neverkusen in Season 9 of my save. Lost Conference League final to Slavia. Cup final to Vorskla. I think I said that probably wrong. And drew in the second last game, but luckily Shakhtar lost. Oh, that's handy for you at least, as Lamborday makes it 2-0 for us. Let's get a third here before half-time, and it should be for Perez. Perez needs to start scoring goals. It's a decent strike, to be fair, but the keeper was good to it. Pushed it behind. Corner ball. This is where Wittek scores his 20 millionth goal of the season. Wasn't far off at all. Wasn't far off at all. I hope Lincoln have got they put in or Forest would have put in a clause saying if we reach Champions League football, you can have £1 million. Saying that, he went to Huddersfield first, didn't he? So they get the money, not Lincoln City. But Damien Perez has just scored there, finally. You love to see it. Change left back, you're a bit tired. Let's give Wittek a bit of a rest here and bring Tarek Buchmann on. Lamborday is going to come off for... Let's move Perez to right wing. And we've just scored a goal, apparently. Lamborday scored. He's going to come off here. Let's confirm those changes and watch the replay of the goal here to make it for 1-0. Hi, Tom. Do you have instructions to players when you create a tactic? Yes. It's not necessary, but I think it always makes things a little better. There's a few, like, tackle harder is like just a bit of an OP thing to put on every single player. In the Asian Champions League, they've reduced the amount of teams from 40 to 24, made 2 leagues of 12 teams each, East and West, and they play each other 8 times like in the UCL, as Santiago just scored an incredible goal there. You love to see it. Yeah, that does seem a bit strange, that new format. I always think when you're reducing the number of teams in that competition like that, it's always kind of bad news. Right, we've won this one 5-0 then. A very convincing victory here. Keeps us 5 points ahead of PSG, who also had a big win today. Unbeaten streak continues. You love to see it. Nice work, everyone. That was good. Hello, Brazilian Fury. Hope you're doing well. Right. Who got man of the match? I think it's Santiago got man of the match. I wish it was Diafra. Yeah, I mean, okay, 9.3. I understand that. I'm pleased with that. Well done, fella. What I want to do, though, is find Diafra and praise him. Discuss, praise last game. You were superb last game with the number of chances you created. Keep it up. Thanks, I'll keep playing well, he says. 8.9 rating in that game. On his debut as well. Really impressive stuff. In fact, before this season, he never played for anywhere higher than the under-18s. He's now made 1 appearance for the B team in the 4th division and got to... Wow. This kid is quite special, I think, actually. He doesn't look it, that's the thing. It's like, nothing really looks... maybe he does, actually. Technique and teamwork are pretty high. Passing's good. Okay, maybe he's a bit better than I'm giving him credit for, but... If we hadn't spotted that he got a cap for Senegal at 18 years old, I don't think we would have really paid much attention to him. Right, Marseille in a week's time. That's going to be a very tough game. They are 3rd in the table right now. Oh my... Chat? Is this maybe potentially one of the best goalkeepers you've ever seen at 20 years old? Juan Godoy. He's 20 years old. He's got 23 caps for Argentina. It's still playing in Argentina. Right, hang on. Let me just compare you with Restes. Oh my word. He is better than Restes. He's not quite as fast. A little bit more eccentric, but that's fine. He's wanted by Valencia, but they're not going to make a bid outside the transfer window. Obviously, we will. Has he got a release fee clause? Domestically, it's 4.9 million. How much budget have we got left? We've got 6. Oh, I'll ask agent about availability. We're very interested in signing you. 7 to 9 million. We've only got 6. Okay. We're going to have to make an offer. How much have we got again? 6. Okay, let's go to 5 and just say you can have 3 installments of another 5 million. Oh my word. I should have gone lower. It doesn't matter though. This kid looks incredible. Sign him up for January now. Now the other issue we have here potentially is we are behind you in the wages. Let's just bump that a little bit. Oh god, that's still below. Okay, what we need to do now. Let's just wait and see. What did he want in wages, by the way? I didn't really look at that. I looked at the... He wants, 50 to 60 grand a week, essentially. Our highest earner is currently on 75, Marcos Leonardo. Okay. Right, what we should maybe do then is look at... How many of these clauses can we sell? We can sell that for... We need something we can sell for like $1 million. Oh, we can sell that for 2.3 million. Okay. This kid, this is the guy that came through our youth academy, and then PSG tried to sign him. We were like, no, you can't sign in PSG. And then he asked for like 15, 20 grand a week in wages. And we're like, PSG, you can have him because we're not paying a 15-year-old, when he turns 16, 15, 20 grand a week. So they signed him for £1 million, I believe, because that was just what he's like. They offered him a contract, and that was the compensation, essentially. If we ask for the ball for more money, it's going to take too long now as well. Marsa, we get £2 million there. 20% of the profit. Actually, that could be quite a lot of profit, to be fair. We're signing for 25 million. So if they sold him for... Oh, crap. Maths here. If they sold him for 50 million, 10% of that would be 2.5, wouldn't it? So 20% would be 5. So actually, yeah, if they sell him for like 40-ish million... I don't know if they will or not. Anyway, the point is, This guy's not been sold for a long, long, long time. Let's just get this £2.3 million in, shall we? Do you think? I should do it. And then what we can do is go to here. Can we do one more? Okay, that should give us the wages. That should give us the wages for this goalkeeper. My word. Oh, we've got a bloody game first. That's annoying, isn't it? Right, Mika Marmol is suspended for this one. So let's bring Tarek Buchman back on here. And essentially, yeah, we need the first team here, don't we? Ardazone on the bench. Starting, please. Diafra not on the bench today. I'm going to start Marcus Leonardo ahead of... Oh, no, Perez did score on that last game, didn't he? So let's try and encourage him. Discuss, praise, last game. Good goal last game. Let's just say that to him, and hopefully he scores. Do it and never ever look where this guy ends up in the future. I agree. We don't want to know. If he gets sold for £100 million down the line, and we only... Oh, God, could you imagine? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're on a good run. Let's go out and win this game against Marseille. Win this game against Marseille, and we're like guaranteed top 2 this season. That's how confident I feel so early on in the season. Well, Restes might not be our keeper for very long. Obviously, we picked up on a free this past summer. But he might not be at number 1 for very long. Which is a real shame for him. I'd quite like to keep him because he's French, and we want the French players, obviously, for the team. For the homegrown status, obviously, for Champions League. That's what I'm trying to say. However, if he starts kicking off, I don't know. I cannot remember what Wittek's free kick taking is off the top of my head, but why is Martin Wittek taking this free kick? This shooting opportunity free kick? Martin? To be fair, free kick taking is 11. And his long shots are 12. Martin? I was not familiar with your game. Oh, that was agonisingly close as well. So close. Coming down with main character syndrome. He is, isn't he? He just because he's the top scorer in the team as a centre-back, he suddenly thinks he can take these free kicks. I rate it, though. I quite like having a goal-scoring centre-back, especially if he starts to do it from free kicks as well. Right, Buchman with the ball. Bringing it forwards. Finds Matisse Lamordet, who's on a yellow card early in this game. That's something to be a bit careful of there. As Ardazone turns his man. Goes back to Radanovic. Back to Ardazone. Down by the byline. Decides to shoot himself. Oh, he hits the post or the crossbar. One of the two. And we are not in front in this game yet. Out of cats and dogs, only even got stitches from a dog. Yes, okay. To be fair, Laura did have a very bad incident as a child with a German Shepherd that bit her. Oh, Martin Wittek, of course, comes and saves us. Of course it is. The centre-back with 9 goals to his name now this season. Kittens cannot retract their claws yet. Adult cats doing it either because they haven't been taught it's a kitten or because you've hurt them and they aren't playing. No, I've just like met random cats that just like... I remember specifically one time as like... Probably a teenager to be fair. Walking down this street in Lincoln. I'd just been playing football with my friends. Walking down the street. And a cat sort of like just, comes up to me, walking down the street. I'm like, hello, cat. And then just for no apparent reason, it just starts like clawing at my leg. And it was terrifying. I hated it. So cats, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I just think cats are nasty, basically. It looks like so far this season, the title is going to be ours to lose. If we drop a load of points, I mean, we've still got to play PSG twice this season. That's potentially 6 points drop there. But the way we are playing so far this season makes me think we could be beating PSG. Oh, that was unfortunate, wasn't it, to not score that goal. Pushed onto the post, or did it hit the post? I don't think it was a corner, actually, so I think it was pushed onto the post. Defence, by the way, all played very well, all on 7+ ratings. And I guess that's because Marseille had just not allowed to get anywhere near to a shooting opportunity. You aren't known for bottling things, Tom. Yeah, I'm not at all, don't you worry. I don't think I've ever bottled anything in my life, ever. Okay, a couple of days off until the Newcastle United game. That's going to be quite tough. So, hang on. Who did PSG lose to? Oh, they lost to Nice 1-0. A penalty scored by Diop. And the keeper gets man of the match there. Although they had 2 shots on target, PSG, so he can't have played that well to have a 7.9 rating. I don't know. Anyway, This now looks very, very good for us, doesn't it? Very good. We did it before that game, didn't we? We put that bid in for this amazing goalkeeper that we have just found. The scouts came back with this guy who wants to leave Independiente and looks like an incredible goalkeeper at just 20 years old. I mean, this guy looks so good. And he's already better than Restes, who's our keeper right now. So we have to sign Juan Godoy. He's very interested in signing with us. He's got lots of interest in other teams, but they won't put bids in yet because the AI just don't put bids in for players outside the transfer window, which is very handy for us. Star player, yes, I guess you can be that. He wants 61. Can we get you down to like 55? I don't think we're ever going to sell him, so I'm going to keep that sell-on fee percentage in there because that will keep his wage down a little bit, I think. Oh, he's just not going to budge in anything, is he? Fella. What? Okay, right. We'll have to give him exactly what he wants. That's fine. There's no point negotiating, apparently. It's okay. Juan is going to join the team. Georgi Stanchu. Oh my god, you look quite good as well, don't you, Stanchu? Thing is, we've already got some very good wingers, haven't we? But look how cheap he is, and look at all the clubs that want him. Oh, maybe you are quite good, but you... Sign and loan out. I mean, we've already got some... Oh, it could be a really cheap deal, couldn't it? Let's just see what happens when the goalkeeper signs and what we can do budget-wise and things like that. I'm going to just put the first team out here, I think, for this game. But Ulrich... And there we go, that'll do. Yannick Ortega a bit tired, so let's bring Emil Hargens on. We need to give more game time to Emil Hargens, desperately. And probably to a few other players as well, actually. We need to rotate a little bit more, but things are going really well, so it's difficult to rotate when things are going really well. Let's give Fontan a game as well. Interesting save idea. Pick a club, only have one player per nation in the first team, so you can have one Englishman, one German. I think you might be able to do that in Germany, maybe, because Germany don't really have any player registration rules. It might struggle doing that in like the Premier League and stuff like that. But yeah, that'd be good fun to do in Germany. That's quite a cool idea. Ardazone gets the goal early on, though. You love to see it. Trying to tell me, make sure you don't replace me. I saw you scouting out a Romanian kid for the left wing. Left wing is my position. I've seen you starting to play a young Senegalese kid from the youth team in my position. Don't start him. I'm better. He's trying to make his mark on his team. Interesting how he was on the right wing for that goal, but still, he got the goal. That's fair enough. We'll take it. Sociedad beating Copenhagen. That means we go back on top of the pile. And apparently Sociedad have played 5 games so far for some reason. How have they played 5 games in the Champions League? Where's their extra game come from? Salzburg, Inter, PSG. They've played final on a random Tuesday. Anyway, we won't question it too much because Leipzig have now gone top of the pile by scoring a goal against PSG. PSG are not invincible this season. Teams are able to stop them, and we play them very soon, actually. We play them very soon. As Anthony Gordon goes on an incredible run and somehow does not get that on target. How on earth has he not done that? Man City beating Legia Warsaw. They beat us last season, didn't they, in the Champions League semi-finals? And they've got a very, very good attack. Although they lost in the final to Barcelona, and we almost beat Barcelona in the previous Champions League match, actually. So I think we're doing pretty well, aren't we? I think we're doing pretty well. I rewatch the saves every now and again. Good thing to have on while I'm working. Okay, that's fair enough. I get it, actually. I do get that, because maybe a few months ago, I rewatched like all the Yogscast Jaffa Cake Factory videos. It took a long time to get through it all, but I just like binged that for ages. Which is good fun as Marcos Leonardo has to be starting games. We want Damian Perez to be the future of this team, but Marcos Leonardo just comes on and scores goals. He's got to start. I can't deny it now. He's just got to start. Good free kick here from Emil Hargens. Clever to find Mika Marmol, who just lays it off one further. And Marcos Leonardo, you love to see it, scores. We do win that game. That's for sound everyone who's backtracking, what a performance from us. And Madrid go top of the pile with their win on goal difference. Copenhagen dropped down to 3rd as they drew, but they're still doing pretty well. So Etienne get 2.4 million for that. Vitic a little jaded and could do with a rest. Well, luckily for us, we are playing bottom of the table Grenoble next. Probably not how you pronounce that team. If there's one thing I've learned in French, if you're confident on the pronunciation, it's wrong. 100% is wrong, as Matias Santiago wins Young Player of the Month, and I've won Manager of the... Oh no, he dedicates it to me. I thought that was me winning Manager of the Month. It's not. Well, thank you, Matthias. I'll congratulate you on the award. Congrats on winning it. How many games have they won so far this season? 0. They've got 2 points. 2 points in 12 games. Minus 29 goal difference. Watch them beat us. Watch them beat. I can guarantee it. Lambert deserves a bit of a rest as well. Let's start Perez on the right-hand side. See what we can do on the right. So we're changing the front three totally there. I want to start Sasa Radikovic. I'm changing my team quite a bit here. We'll start Hargens as well. Let's get Pinto in there as well. In fact, let's just change everyone around, shall we? Radanovic can maybe start this game. No, let's leave Fontan playing. Let's get Mika Marmol and where is he? Martin Ulrich there. So a very rotated team here. This is potentially kind of risky, but they are bottom of the table for a reason, and this team should still comfortably be winning. Enzo Lafi should maybe play a game, but I'd rather get our youngsters playing, if I'm honest with you. Busio's not played for a little while, neither's Bassi, but again, I want the youngsters playing, so let's do that, shall we? Let's do that. We have changed the entire team, and of course that means playing bottom of the table. They're going to score from a... Whew, lucky not to concede there. I think the longer this goes on and it stays 0-0, we're going to grow into the game and score. It'll be fine, but it's still a risk anyway. It's still a risk. They're bottom of the table. They've had 6 shots to our 0. We should not have changed. We should not have changed the lineup, should we? We took a gamble, trying to get a bit of match sharpness into players like Pinto and Hargens and Radikovic. Even Marcus Leonardo to an extent. He's been coming off the bench recently, although he has played very well off the bench. Jeez. Right, that's a terrible first. They've had 10 shots, but none on target. Joining up with Dortmund in like January, I think he joined. End of January, something like that. Because they are terrible in the league. They're like 11th in the table or something like that. As Marcus Leonardo finally... Oh, is he offside? Please don't be offside. We're going to VAR here. I don't think he was. I think he was pretty on. There we go. You love to see it. Radikovic there. Finds Hargens. Good ball over the top to Marcos Leonardo. And he manages to sneak that past the keeper. Now we need to keep this lead. Let's not concede a goal here. Also, Diafra had went from man of the match in his first debut for us to now being the worst player on the pitch at the moment on a yellow card. Diafra, come on, fella. I'm going to talk to him individually. I'm going to encourage you. Oh, Marcus Leonardo's got an injury. This is not good. Oh, and now there's an attacking throw here for Grenoble. This is peak Football Manager, isn't it? This is actually peak Football Manager. We've not even been FM, to be fair. They've been the better team than us. That's the thing. But they are bottom of the table. And we are top. Top by quite some distance. We are unbeaten so far this season in all competitions. Nowhere is our first loss of the season going to be against bottom of the table. Surely not. Diafra. Oh, I can't even win his header. I mean, they deserve their lead. They deserve to. If we beat them, it's an FMing at the moment as it stands, looking at the match stats. But, I mean, we need Toir to do us a favour in a few minutes to make sure we keep this massive gap to PSG. Ardazone get the challenge in here. He can't. Interception, though, is good. So Miko Armel starts to bring the ball back up the pitch towards the attack. Ulrich, the young Czech centre-back, finds a pass to Hargens. Oh, Bassi, by the way, is off the pitch injured. That's not good. He's only come on the pitch a second ago. So we're down to 10 men technically playing right now. Not ideal, but Busio finds Ardazone. Finds Perez. Perez finally scores it. Oh, no, don't you dare be offside. Please not. Please no. Oh, for God's sake. How close was it? Yeah, okay. Very attacking. Shout, demand more. I can't believe we're going to lose to the bottom of the table. It's their first win of the season. Their first win of the season. Someone just score now, please. Please. I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw. There we go. Boucher wins the ball nicely. We are playing a lot of youngsters here, aren't we? As Harkins gives it to Bassi, who's now back on the pitch. Radakovic. Oh, Emil Harkins has done it. What a time to score your first goal of the season. Thank you. Thank you so much. Emil, I love you. Encourage your team. Let's get a winner. Come on, let's get a winner. I mean, Grenoble really deserved the win. They deserve 3 points looking at this. Oh, bless them. The roles have been reversed. Somehow, I don't know how this has worked out like this, to be fair, but still. At least we are still unbeaten. At least we're still unbeaten, and could we snatch a winner? Can Justin Che deliver a cross onto Ardozone's head to snatch a winner? Not quite. Goes over the top of the table. Top of the table? Top of the bar. I'm looking at the table right now. We may drop some points in the race against PSG, and they could be crucial come the end of the season. I'm gonna throw a water bottle. Awful performance, and players have lost confidence. They deserve to. They played terribly. Right, how did PSG get on then? Bassi injured for a couple of days. Marcus Leonardo injured for a couple of days. We've got Bodo Glimt in 4 days' time. Emil Harkins, goal and assist. Well done, fella. Oh, God, and then it's PSG after that as well. Right. We're doing very well in the Champions League. We're not going to sacrifice that game, but we aren't going to play the very, very full-strength team for that one, I don't think. PSG did win, so they reduced the gap to 6 points. Okay, we have to beat them. We've got to beat them at home. This feels like daylight robbery. So we are going to sign this goalkeeper then, Juan Godoy. The scouts found him just randomly, and he just looks so good. Look how good he is. 20 years old, 23 caps for Argentina. Will join us in January now. Restes is our keeper at the moment, and he's better than Restes in almost every area. Not quite as fast, and that does count for something, and he's slightly more eccentric, but it's nothing outrageous. Like, he's as good or better in every other area. And he's only 20. I cannot wait for this guy to join our team. Imagine selling Restes to 73 million. I mean, selling Restes for that sort of money would be incredible, yeah. So he's set to join us on the 1st of January. How much budget does that leave us with then? Literally nothing. Okay. Right, Bodo Glimt. They are 34th out of 36 teams in the Champions League. So, what we'll do is you know what? Am I crazy for just playing the same team that we played against Grenoble? I know we had a terrible match. Actually, we can't because suspensions and players are unregistered. We just put the first team out there. I want to save the first team for the PSG game, but I think some of them probably should play a little bit. We'll get Marcus Leonardo on the pitch. I'm going to play Diafra again. Lambordet can play, but we might take him off. I want to get players on the pitch with light match workloads. So maybe Enzo Lafi gets a rare start here. I guess we're going to have to play Mika Marmol instead, and we'll get Justin Che on. Where is he? And Nan could probably play this game, actually, instead of Daniel Bassi, I would say. That's my thoughts on that. Still relatively rotated, but it's stronger than it was. And we are still resting some key players for the PSG game. I want to make sure our first teamers are properly fresh for that one. Enjoy the game out there tonight. Go out there and play your own way. Let's say that. I think what we'll do is probably take Marcos Leonardo off at like 50, 60 minutes and probably start him against PSG, actually, I think we have to start him instead of Perez at this point, because Perez has been given plenty of chances but just doesn't quite seem to be able to find the back of the net. I think he might be better off coming off the bench for a little bit and seeing what he can do when he's got a bit more energy compared to other players on the pitch around him, as Marcos Leonardo is, again, proving why he should be starting games. Playing in the Arctic Circle in November, I feel cold thinking about it. Of course, yeah, Bodo Glimt's really far north, isn't it? Obviously, Arctic Circle. You're right. Because I assume a lot of the time they just can't play because of the weather. That's why the Nordic season for most of the Nordic countries is through the summer, isn't it? As opposed to through the winter like the rest of Europe kind of do. But it's not really an issue for them right now, though, because they have just scored a goal. But was he offside? I hope so, because no, he wasn't offside. Okay, well, I don't want to watch that again, then. Mbappe has just gone off injured. Oh, you love to see it. I really hope that injury means he's out for the game against us, because that would be a huge, huge help for us if he's out for that. Diafra, what's up with you, lad? I'm trying to give this guy chances in game time, but he's apprehensive. What's the matter, fella? I'm just going to touchline shouts. No pressure, fella. Don't worry. Chill out, lad. He had an amazing debut where he got 2 assists, and then since then he's kind of just been like a rabbit in headlights in these sorts of games. Although he finds Enzela fit. Look, Diafra, you've just got the assist to the assist there. Be happy. Chill. Really good ball by Enzo, by the way, to find Ortega. But there we go. We're in front of this game once again, which is good. Up to 13 points we should be, I believe, when this updates in a second. Diafra still looking pretty apprehensive. Fella, chill. Having realised that he's 18 years old and almost as good as Ardazone, like, I feel like he is now kind of like my star child in this. Like, oh, he's just missed the target there as well. I feel like I'm going to give him special treatment just because I've discovered him out of nowhere in our youth team and he looks really good. Having not really given him much thought ever before, ever. Copenhagen 3-0 up now against Anderlecht. My word. As Vitek scores his 10th of the season, the centre-back is just on fire. Saying that, he didn't score for like 2 or 3 games there, to be fair, did he? So I feel like he's in bad form all of a sudden. This goal might get him back into form. Martin Vitek. The man is a machine. Another goal from a corner there. Right. Let's. I need to see what his valuation is at this point. I think for having 11 goals this early on in the season as a centre-back, his valuation has to be huge. Has to be huge. And Nan has the ball. Plays it back to Justin Che, who's going to try and deliver across it if he can get past his defender. Finds Ortega, finds Anan, and Anan scores his 3rd of the season. That's quite handy. We want to try and sell him in January. If he can score a goal or 2 to get some teams interested, that would be quite handy, wouldn't it? That would be very handy. Right, big win for us there. It puts us 2nd in the league phase table on goal difference, ahead of Real Madrid, ahead of Copenhagen, ahead of Barcelona, but just behind Arsenal, all on 13 points here. That may even have actually guaranteed us a playoff spot already, which is quite good. Nice work, everyone. You love to see it. And now we've got the PSG game in a couple of days' time. 2.4 million. No, it's not quite guaranteed as a playoff spot yet, but it's unlikely from this point we are not going to be in the top 24.